I'm here with Tara Macri, musical performer and musician whose new single Strawberry Moon has just been released. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me.
Your bio says that you were introduced to music, and I believe it was the piano, at age 2.
Yes.
Tell me about your musical journey as a person.
Okay, well, back then that was my grandfather who taught me 3 Blind Mice on his organ. So we have a shot of him and I on the piano. My grandfather was the one who introduced me to music. And from then, I apparently couldn't get enough of it as a child, and my parents recognized that and put me into lessons, into piano and dance and voice and everything that I wanted to do as a kid.
Where did you feel as though you branched off into? I mean, I imagine at some point in your life, Broadway, where musical theater took over as your principal pursuit. Where do you feel you branched off from strictly music to musical performance, and what brought you back to the more of a traditional musical pursuit?
It's interesting because I was actually writing before I was doing musical theater, which I guess not a lot of people knew. That was something I was always doing, and I would audition for film and TV and theater, and I was fortunate to work, and I loved it. I loved every aspect of it, but underneath I was always writing and secretly wanting to fulfill that dream. But it was hard doing 8 shows a week, so it kind of was all going on at the same time. It wasn't as if I decided, okay, now I'm going to do this. I was always doing that, and I did do a lot theater-wise, and now I feel like I'd like to switch gears and focus on the music that I have not had. I guess it was time. You really have to. It was hard to write, do 8 shows a week, and then perform your music on Mondays on your days off. I was doing that for a long time, and it was hard. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. Yeah, so it kind of was happening all at the same time. I was trying to.
What was your impetus to get away, or finally kind of buckle down and say, now is the time that I am going to move away from stage or film, television, and actually put something on tape and get it out to the world?
Yeah, I know exactly where that was. It was maybe a year ago or 2 years ago, and a couple friends have passed away, illness in the family. It makes you kind of go, what, we're here for such a short time. What do you really want to do? And this was something that I've always wanted to do. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it. No matter what, I'm not going to, I'm still, obviously, I'm open to shows. It's not as if I was like, oh, I'm never going to do it, because I love it so much. But this was something that was just in me, driving me, and I needed to do. So, so I guess it was a couple of years ago when that.
Who would you list as your influences in terms of music and musical background?
Oh, there's so many. Wow. I love Pink. She's been someone that Lenny Kravitz, Sheryl Crow for lyrics. For everything, actually. I don't know why I just said for lyrics, for everything. Right now, there's a band called Grace Potter and the Nocturnals.
Oh, yeah.
They are incredible. I heard their first record maybe 2-3 years ago, and just like I couldn't get enough. So that's another huge influence. Obviously, the Beatles. There's someone. I know Billy Joel's that was something like my dad would play. I love Billy Joel as well, his first 2 records.
Oh, he's a great songwriter.
Yeah.
A lot of people know you best from your work in musical theater and Broadway shows like Jersey Boys and Hairspray. How do you feel as though the worlds of musical theater and the recording industry differ? Do you prefer one over the other?
I don't prefer. I think that they're both so different. With theater, you're playing a character, and you can. You're not yourself. You obviously put yourself into the role. But when I'm writing, I didn't realize it till like the first show I did, where you're up writing or singing your material that you wrote in front of an audience, and it's you. when you get up in front of an audience and you're playing a part, you can kind of hide behind that a bit, and to me that's the clear difference. But you're both being creative in a completely different way. So.
Your new single, Strawberry Moon, has a distinctly defiant quality about it. And my understanding is that it was inspired by some of your early experiences in Los Angeles. Without naming any names, can you tell me more about what drove you to write this song?
Yeah, actually, I've had positive experience too, but that song really wanted to write something where people could relate to, that no matter what happens, you just kind of pick up and keep moving. And that's the first verse of Strawberry Moon is what you're talking about, and that was actually, every line is what was said to me, what happened to me. I had someone say, "You're not a 10." You know, this is it happens. It's not anything, you know. And I wanted to put that in the song to kind of show, no matter, you know, what you've been through, and it doesn't even have to be the business. It can be anything. You can pick up and keep moving. So that's kind of what the theme of Strawberry Moon is not having regrets. And yeah.
Do you feel as though you were judged preemptively? Do you think that there's that the commercial world of music is still dominated by factors that are totally irrelevant to the actual creative output of an artist?
No, I think that right now is like an amazing time for music. I think there's so much out there, and I know that. No, I don't. I think that there's so many different types of music for everyone, and yeah.
You're also working on a full-length album.
Yes.
What do you want to say with it, or what kind of a story do you want to tell via the piece as a whole?
My goal when we started this was to be as truthful as possible, and so every song that's on the record, I can say right now, because we're almost done, is truthful stuff that has happened to me, or stuff that I hope that people will relate to. I feel like they do. It's about love. It's about you know, there's one song on the record called Revealed, and it's basically about, you know, whatever you've been through, and I guess this is a theme with Strawberry Moon, that will kind of help you get to where you are today. So the main theme, I guess, is that was to be as truthful as possible, and at the same time have fun doing the record. That was something that every day we'd go in and we would laugh so hard, you know, even if we were writing a song that was, you know, a little bit deeper, the lyrics were different. We tried to really have fun, because forget that sometimes.
That's true enough. It's easy to take yourself too seriously. You've experienced Toronto, Broadway, and Los Angeles. If they were people, who would you marry? Who would you have a passionate one-night stand with? And who would you get drunk and sing karaoke with?
Oh my gosh. That is like the best question ever. Oh, I gotta think about that one. Okay, so I feel like Los Angeles would be the get drunk and karaoke with. Toronto I would marry. And then the third one is New York, and that leaves...
Oh, passionate one night stand.
Okay, then there we go.
There you
yeah. Go. That's just what comes to my head, full, you know.
Yeah.
But that's such a great question.
Well,
that's awesome.
I like your answer. Well, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, Justin.